right, so my name is Joep Piscaer. Welcome here in lovely Barcelona at Cisco Live Europe. I am joined by Patrick Smith, CTO of Pure Storage, and we're here to kind of look at what's new with Pure Storage. So let me get the first question out of the way, Patrick. You have been working hard to build out your European presence. I've heard many new developments, new roles being picked up in Europe. So, tell us, what are you doing in Europe these days?
Europe's getting more and more important for Pure Storage. If you look at our growth numbers, and we continue to grow as an enterprise storage company, then the contribution that Europe and EMEA makes to our international numbers is significant. So we're growing in the region, and we're reinforcing that. This year, we've opened a development center in Prague, which really shows how important Europe is to Pure Storage. It's the first development center outside of the US.
Right, so that's exciting.
It really is.
And so I'm curious, having a different workforce, having a workforce in the US, having a workforce in Europe, how does it help you get customers and get those conversations with the customers you'd normally not get without that workforce?
It's interesting. It allows our customers to get closer to engineering. And actually, that's one of the functions that I have, is to talk to our customers, to understand what our customers want from our products and us as a company, and feed that back into product management and engineering. So the closer we can get our customers to our product management and engineering teams, the better the product that we can deliver for the customers. So having a focus here in the region is really great in enabling that.
So what are you seeing with the customers here in Europe? Do they have different use cases? Do they bring different feedback back into engineering?
Yeah, it's a really interesting one, and Europe definitely has some unique requirements. So we built our products on the idea that we had fundamentally all flash storage for the new world of data, and everyone thought back in 2013, 2014 that flash meant fast, and that's all that flash was about. And so when all of the European customers came along and said, well, I need synchronous data replication, then everyone thought, but flash is fast and synchronous data replication will slow everything down. But rapidly we understood that actually flash just wasn't for fast. Flash brought lots of benefits in terms of consistent performance, in terms of data center efficiency, in terms of simplicity of operation. And so flash actually has applicability incredibly broadly across the data center. And so we need all of the capabilities that enterprise storage has, and that includes synchronous replication. And so the customers in EMEA played a massive part in us bringing our active cluster technology to market. So that's just one example of how EMEA really influences the product direction of the company.
Yeah, that's a big one. I've seen so many vendors struggle with the synchronous replication. It's just one of those things where the Europeans really have different requirements. So the other part is, I'm curious in terms of applications, how do European customers look at applications and try to solve their infrastructure and storage problems around those applications? So for example, SAP or big SQL clusters or anything like that.
And so actually, I don't see so much of a difference there between the US and Europe and indeed APJ. Big focus, if you look at our significant use cases, databases and relational databases are probably our biggest area of adoption. And that comes from, the origins of flash storage being targeted at relational databases. We see SAP as being a huge opportunity for us because having a fast data platform underneath SAP allows you to reduce the cost of your SAP environment. You're able to eat into the licensing costs by maybe not having such a large in-memory data set. Yeah. So SAP is a big opportunity, and that gets even better as we drive a lot of the new technologies that we're pushing that improve performance even further. So we've just introduced direct memory, which introduces storage class memory as a read cache for flash array, which it can reduce latency even further than our NVMe-based flash storage. And then if you look at what still is actually really an emerging technology, NVMe over Fabric for server connectivity into back-end storage. And we have that with Rocky V2 today. That further reduces latency and makes an SAP environment really performant without resorting to paying large amounts of licensing for the in-memory component.
Yeah, that's a good one. And especially because now, the designs and the makeup of solutions like this is becoming so commoditized. People don't have to spend months and months to go through a design review and do the whole architecture. How does the commoditization of that layer in the infrastructure either challenge you or help you with those customers and those tricky applications like SAP?
So that's a really good point, and it ties very nicely into us being here at Cisco Live. So our partnership with Cisco is a really strong and a really positive one, and with FlashStack we have a converged infrastructure that means that our customers can pretty much get out of the box compute, networking, and storage without having to build it all themselves, without having to work out how well balanced that system is. And we have Cisco validated designs for a vast range of application types, whether it's SAP, whether it's Oracle, whether it's VDI, whether it's AI and machine learning. So customers are able to really increase their time to value in terms of deploying in the data center, getting it up and running, and getting solving business problems, but also doing that with minimum of resource overhead. You don't spend a whole load of time designing and building it out.
Yeah, that makes sense. But especially in the larger enterprises, that gets hard, right? The more standard a solution is, the harder it is to actually get it into an enterprise, because they'll have so much, older legacy hardware or older designs or constraints here or there. So how do you kind of handle that mix between standardization on the one hand and then the need for flexibility to be able to be successful?
Yeah, it's interesting. My background is actually, my whole career has been on the other side of the table, on the customer side. So I've looked after infrastructure engineering for large enterprises, and large enterprises are increasingly trying to drive greater and greater efficiency in their operation. And so that efficiency comes through standardization. And so actually the creation of effectively as a service models where they're almost an enterprise technology organization, almost as a service provider to their own internal customers. And they want a very nicely standardized, easy to operate, simple environment that solves, the 90% of their internal customers' challenges. And if they can get that effectively off the shelf, then it makes their problems, significantly less, and they can focus on delivering the corner case requirements, that 10% that really require something customized and justifiably customized.
Yeah. The integration is always the hard part, but that makes it successful. So I want to switch gears a little bit. So we're here at Cisco Live. I'm curious, what are the announcements that Cisco's doing or that you might be doing that'll drive this solution into the future and into the next generation?
We continue to push our integration with Cisco. It's a really strong integration. So one of the big areas of focus for us and for Cisco is easy management automation. And so Cisco's InterSight technology is a great one. And we support that firmly as a company, and we're the first third-party company to integrate into Cisco InterSight, which just shows the strength of our relationship and partnership there. So automation integration is key for us, it's key for Cisco, and it's key for our customers.
Right. So I've been learning a ton about FlashStack, and even though I don't know everything about it, I'm going to go online somewhere and find out more about this. Where should I go?
Absolutely. So the place to go is flashstack.com. You'll learn all about our relationship between Pure and Cisco. And more broadly for Pure, go to purestorage.com, and the blogs area there is really interesting.
Oh, I'll definitely go there. Thanks.
Good. Thank you.
So this has been Joep at Cisco Live here in Barcelona. And until next time.